Pride nights in the NHL? Is it disappointing that it's not 100% representation from that team?
You know what? I really don't think disappointing is the right word. I think two things can be true at once. I think we can support the organization and the league's decision to hold these nights, to promote inclusivity and respect. And we can also respect our teammates' decision where back home in Russia they have propaganda laws and he's making a decision to protect his family. And regardless of how you feel about that, I think family is important to everyone, and I think you have to respect both. And like I said, two things can be true at once, and I think it's kind of important to focus on the positives, which is what the night's supposed to be all about.
You could say hockey's for everyone, but when you participate in these things and show it, what do you think it means to those people?
I mean, I think it's, I think as a society, not just sports. I think as a society, I think we move in the right direction every year. I think everyone, every time we hold these events, it gains more and more, steam, so to speak. And I think they're important. I think we want our game to be one that's looked at as one that includes everyone, respects everyone, and we want everyone to feel like you can come to a hockey game and watch and you're appreciated and respected. And yeah, that's what we want our game to represent.
Have you seen in your hockey career an evolution of, what it was in the locker room, jokes, comments, or whatever, that evolution you're talking about? Have you seen that?
I mean, yeah, I think, there's definitely more awareness. There's more, it's talked about more. I think there's a more understanding of it. And like I said, I think, as a society, it's just, I think everyone is moving in the right direction. You look where we were, a decade ago, and when I first started playing, I think we've definitely moved our game, and I think as a society, not so much a locker room, but as human beings, we're moving in the right direction.
Do you think that the environment within locker room has changed to make it more inviting or comforting for a player if one player would choose to come out rather than when you enter the league, for example?
It's really hard to say because obviously no one's really gone through that. But my entire time playing hockey, growing up, and being a Montreal Canadian, this locker room has judged people on hard work, whether you're accountable to your teammate, whether you respect everyone, and it had nothing to do with sexual preference or race or any of that stuff. It's been judged on character, and I think that's what this locker room's always been about. And that's one of the things I've loved about being a Montreal Canadian is the amount of teammates that I've got to play with, that I've respected, that I know have had my back, and I've had every one of theirs. And we talk about a family culture, and obviously, no matter what anyone was going through at any time, we've always supported each other in here. So it's. I think it's always been a part of this organization and part of this group as long as I've been here as long.
Brendan, some teams on this side could cancel like the Rangers, the Wild, the Blackhawks, probably to protect some of their own players. Are you happy to see that in Montreal you decide to go even though one player is not doing this?
I think it's, like you said, it's and part of it is, I guess, on the media as well to promote the positives. The majority and the message and everything that it's about is people are wearing the jerseys, supporting the Knights, and the teams that have put it on, and the league mandate. It has the support, and I think we can talk a little bit more about that than the small percentage of people that haven't. And there's different circumstances. It's tough to talk about. We have no idea what it's like back in Russia. We have no idea the propaganda rules that are, and however you feel about it, they have a feeling, and it's part of their family decision. That's when it comes down to family, that's something that you can always respect as well. So, like I said, two things can be true at once. We can support the organization's decision to hold these nights and go out there and put on a good show, and we can also support our teammate who's making a decision based on his family, and hopefully at the end of the day we can just focus on the positives, and the night does what it needs to do, and that's to make everyone feel respected.